Hey there, welcome. And if you are serious about selling, then you have found the right place. My name is Brian Conway from achievesuccess.co.uk, and this is my weekly video cast called Serious About Selling, where I provide tips and tricks to help people improve their sales performance. And in this episode, I want to talk a little bit about objection handling. It's something that comes up time and time again when I'm coaching and training. And I'll just give you a couple of tips. Again, people say, what's the one thing you would suggest I do to improve my objection handling capabilities? And one of the things I always recommend is just to ask for more objections. Now, we've had this conversation before, and if you've been on one of my training courses, we've talked about this. If you've watched some of my previous videos going way back, we talk about this all the time. And yes, ask for more. Don't be afraid of objections. They're a good thing. If they're a true concern that a customer has, then they're a good thing because they're interested, but obviously have some kind of question in their mind with regards to going forward. So don't be afraid to ask for them. And when a customer throws up an objection, one of the first things I teach people as a means of handling those objections is not to jump in straight away and start trying to address it and almost defend your position, but to actually just say, thank you, that's interesting. Let me come back to that in a moment then. Is there anything else? And this is the key. Is there anything else that's bothering you? Have you any other concerns? Have you any other reasons why you wouldn't buy from me today? Is a very powerful question. So just get those concerns and questions out. But get them all out first. Don't start addressing each one and then coming back, and then it becomes a bit of, oh yeah, but you said and I said, and all that kind of, back and forth. Actually manage them. Take control of the situation and ask if there's anything else that they or maybe somebody else in the business is concerned about or worried about or needs addressing to be able to make a decision to choose me as a provider or supplier of the product or service that you're trying to sell them. So get them out, and that's my tip for today. Don't be afraid to ask for objections. Now, if you get common objections, this means objections that you kind of get every time you try and sell and you get into that closing stage of your sales process, and customer always throws up the X objection. Well, again, don't wait for it. Bring it up proactively. Get it out there. So say, listen, before we kind of go any further, there's a couple of things I sort of want to address, because I know we've talked all about our product and our service and what it can do and the benefits and all that sort of stuff. But nearly everybody at this stage always asks me, why, whatever it might be. How come, whatever the concern that typically comes up. So be proactive and get it out there. And again, what that does is it puts you in control. It almost diffuses the customer's power in some respects. If they have the opportunity to ask it, it's putting you on the back foot. If you bring it up, it almost diffuses it quite considerably. So be proactive and get that out there, and then say, so if that's if that's one of the things you're worried about, is there anything else before I address that? Is there anything else that's bothering you? Any other concerns, questions, anything you don't understand? Whatever way you want to phrase that question. But the point is, you're saying, before I answer all these objections, as many as there might be, I just want to understand what they all are. And some of the benefits of getting them out early also means that some of them may actually be interrelated. So by addressing one, you address a second. Or what you don't want to do is you offer the solution to one thing, and all that does is actually compound and create an objection somewhere else. So you want to make sure that you're not making one situation worse by trying to fix it in another area. So get all your concerns or customers' concerns out on the table first. Get them listed down, and then you can cycle back and start addressing them and answering them and to the customer's satisfaction. Or, as we always say, defer if you can't. So that's it for this week. Just a simple tip about objection handling. Be proactive if there are common objections you get, but more importantly, if a customer asks something of you or challenges your sale, don't be defensive and jump straight in with an answer. Park it and say, thank you, I recognize and acknowledge that that's an objection, and then say, is there anything else, before I address that, is there anything else that's bothering you today? And get them all out on the table and just go around that loop until you've got a definitive list of objections to address. And the reason I always say get them out, because in my mind, that becomes your win criteria. That's the things that the customer's saying is stopping them buying, so you now know what are the criteria that would help them actually make a purchase in your favour. So that's it for this week. In fact, if you want to know more about objection handling and the 6-step process that I teach, feel free to download a free guide that, well, actually you see on the website here. If you go to my homepage, achievesuccess.co.uk, you can scroll to the bottom. I don't know if you can see this. You scroll to the bottom, there is a free guide. There it is. Objection handling. It's a masterclass from my Sales in a Circle program, and you can have that, and it takes you step by step through the whole objection handling process that I teach, and I'm sure you find that very valuable. So that's free, and it's on my website. So that's it for this week. Thank you for joining me. Please leave your comments, ask any questions wherever you're watching this video. Please do like, subscribe, follow, etc., etc. I appreciate that. I'm here to serve, so if there's anything I can help you with, please reach out, ask any questions of me. I'm more than happy to provide some tips and tactics. And until I see you again, as I said, I'm Brian Conway from achievesuccess.co.uk, and this has been Serious About Selling. Are you?